Hey y'all, I am back with another video today, and I did do my moisturizer and my serum off camera, and I did do my eye primer off camera as well. So here we go. I am going with my Violet Voss palette. I'm going to go in with this black right here, and I'm going to put the black right on the corner of my eye and the outside of my eye, and I'm going to leave a gap in between my eyelid. And then once you are satisfied on how much black you want, we're just going to leave it open, and I'm going to go in with the other shade. And then I am going to go in with this big palette that I got for Christmas with my sister-in-law, and I am going to get the mint green and that green as well, and I'm going to mix those two colors together just because that mint green is a little light and it looks a little bit like white, so I'm going to mix that green into it and then make it a little bit more of a green mint. So we're just going to dab it on our eye, on the middle of our eye. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to build up, and whenever you're satisfied with that mint green, we're going to go in with the next step. Please don't forget to subscribe to my video and give me a thumbs up. I'll really appreciate it. And then once we're done with both of our eyes, I did go back in with my black, and I am gonna buff it out and diffuse the green with the black just so it can look a little bit more blended. And I did go in a little bit in with the black, and I did go and connect those two blacks together just so it won't look a little bit weird, in my opinion. Once again, you can do however you want on this look. It's perfectly fine. You don't have to do step by step on what I'm doing. You can change it up, and yeah. And then once we're done with that, I did go in with my foundation, and I'm going to put it all over my face. Once again, you don't have to use the same foundation that I'm using. You can use the foundation that you use and what you like to use. But yeah, and then we're going to blend it all out and go from there. Alright, once we're done blending that foundation out, we're going to go in with our concealer, and I did do it in the corner of my eye and the outside corner of my eye. This is just one technique that I saw that I wanted to try. I'm still trying it out and see how it's going to go. And then once we're done blending that out, I did do it on the nose, on the forehead, and on around the mouth, just so I can have the brightness around my face. And once we're done with that, we're going to go in with the next step. And then once we're done with our concealer, I did go in with my translucent powder, which is from Hard Candy. And then I did do it under my eyes, on my forehead, on my nose, and around my mouth. Once again, you don't have to do this step if you're not comfortable with it. It is totally fine. I just do it so I don't have creases under my eyes, and I can have my face brighten up. And then here I'm going to go and set my face with this translucent powder, more of my skin tone. And I'm going to do the parts that I don't have that white. And then once we're done setting our face, I did go in with my contour palette, and I'm going to put it on the hollows of my cheeks, around the forehead, my chin, and my nose, so I can have that nice contour look. Once again, you don't have to do this step if you don't want to, or you're not comfortable with it. That is totally fine. You do you, and the makeup is going to look perfect. And then we're going to go in with our blush. You can use whatever blush you use. You don't have to use this bright pink one that I'm using. I usually use this bright pink one just because of my skin tone, and I like to pop a little bit more than usual. And then once we're done doing our blush, I did go in with my highlight, and I used one of the fluffy eyeshadow brushes just because I couldn't find my other brush. And if you are not comfortable with highlight, or you don't like the look, you can skip this step and go on from there. Once we're done with that, I did go in with my Wet n Wild brow pencil. I did forget to brush my brows out just because I was trying to handle my daughter and then get back into the video. So I'm sorry about that. So we're just going to outline the brow, and then we're going to lightly fill it in. I did do my other eyebrow off camera. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't have to be twins. It just has to be sisters. And we're going to go in with our black liner. Once again, you don't have to do the wing liner. You can just do whatever liner that you are comfortable with. That is totally fine. And it's just liner. It's just makeup. We can always try again. It's perfectly fine. So here we go. And then once we're done with our liner, I did go in with my Violet Voss palette again, and I'm going to use that black, and I'm going to do the liner on the bottom, and I'm going to put a little gap in between so I can have that mint green on the bottom as well. Once again, you don't have to do this step if you are not wanting to, or you just prefer to just have the top and that's it. And that is perfectly fine. I just thought, the heck with it, let's do it. And then here I am going to go in with that mint green in that same green that I did on top. I just mixed them together. It's just the same thing, but just on the very bottom lash line. But here we go. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to go in with our mascara. Whatever mascara that you use is totally fine. And I did a couple coats on there, and I did do false lashes, which you're going to see here in a little bit. Alright guys, so here is the last step, the final step. Woohoo! And I did go in with my light brown in this beautiful shade, and then I did go in with another lippy, which is a more of a pinkish color, and I just put it on the center of my mouth and dabbed it on. Once again, you can do whatever lipstick that you want. It is totally fine. You don't have to use these colors that I'm using. And I do have 2 to 3 pictures at the end of this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up and give me some feedback. I really appreciate it, and much love, everybody.